Hey there, everybody. I hope you are having a sweet Sunday. I am working on some text page hydrangeas, and I stumbled across this little idea when I was on Pinterest. How many times do we start out with things like that? Whoa, Pinterest. Anyway, I'm sorry. I got kind of tickled. I love this idea, and I think it's super cool. So you're taking text pages. Now, in my case, I'm using, of course, vintage text pages and turning them into a hydrangea ball. So I want to show you how to do that. But before we get started on that, I wanted to show you guys how I make balls. The instructions for the text page hydrangea was to use a styrofoam ball or a ping pong ball. Well, I didn't have either one of those things because I stay away from as much styrofoam as possible. Certainly wasn't going to go out and buy something to make this. However, I always have these kinds of balls, and this is like my little... I make Jenny Belly baubles like that. So this is like my little ball stash. So I do everything from making very small balls from recycled materials to making something really big like this. So I just thought, and I went downstairs and we had used up all the bread. This is a feminine product, and this is some ivory soap. And, you know, we just have so much plastic in our lives, y'all. You know, it is like everywhere. You cannot escape it. So I thought that I would show you guys how to construct a ball. It's not hard. And I'm sure that a lot of people do it a whole lot better than I do. But what I do first is just kind of crush whatever I have and kind of start making my recycled ball. Okay, so I've kind of crushed all that together, and then I don't have any tape, like a tape dispenser. You know, that's another plastic item, right? But I did have some of this tape. I think this tape this tape was, I believe that we got it from my boyfriend's grandpa's desk that we've had since 1998. It's amazing. It's Scotch tape, and it's still great. It was still in the box. Bonus recycling, something that's super vintage. All right, and then you just kind of take your tape and just sort of kind of crush everything all together. Okay, so you kind of start building your ball, right? So the next thing that I'm going to do is kind of put that ball into this other product packaging. And then we'll cut off some more tape. And wrap around that. This is a little tricky. Let's put it down there. All right. So there we go. I'm going to need some more. Like this. Yeah, and you just, masking tape works good too, but masking tape isn't quite as pliable as this, you know, as some good old Scotch tape, as we call it down here in the South. All right, so now I'm going to take that ball that has two pieces of recyclable material in it, and I'm just going to shuffle it into a bread bag. I used to make my own bread, and I love to make my own bread, but it's not warm enough in my house to make it rise. I do remember reading a recipe about putting your bread in the oven to make it rise, but I never really had very good results with that. I do love good homemade bread though. And here we go. I learned this technique from, of course, Jenny Belly. And now Jenny Belly, when she gets her balls to a certain, you know, the certain shape and size that she wants, then she covers it with tissue collage. I don't do that. I think I did it with these two, but it just kind of, you know, for me, it was a bit of an unnecessary step. And it was fiddly and time consuming. So I don't, everything that I do really needs to be done quickly. So there we go. There we go. All right, so there you go, guys. You've got like a ball to work with. Now, you know, it's got a little pointy edges on it, but, you know, I'll roll it in my hands like this and kind of squish it down a little bit. And, you know, then you've got something like that that you can work with. Okay, let's take a look at our hydrangeas. I did, which is, I'm going in. Close your eyes. I did, buy this punch, which is really a stretch for me, but I was so taken with this idea, and I think that we already have a good place for these kinds of things to go in a boutique setting. So I went ahead and bought the punch. Now this is a 1-inch, 2.54 centimeter scallop punch. It's by Recollections. I used a 50% off coupon and I got it for $4.50. And I didn't feel like that was a super big investment. I can use it for other things. So the thing that what you do is you take some vintage text paper, and you know, if you guys work with vintage text paper, you know how fiddly it can get. It can crack, it can tear so easily. So you're just gonna have to kind of try and find the best text paper for you. I've already punched out several scallops. Now I can see right now that I have only this color, and I do want to, I'm going to grab some more text paper over here because I do want different colors in my hydrangea ball. So let me grab some, there we go. Here's some white, I think this is 1971 paper from a dictionary. All right, so let me just punch. Just a couple more. The technique is so easy. The effects are super cool. I like it because it's something that I can do downstairs. I gotta keep busy. So it's really, I can't just like watch TV. I gotta be doing something. And I do try to be social with my fellow and at least get downstairs, you know, in the evening. All right, so we're taking, I'm just gonna put some tacky glue in a cap. I just got that everywhere because I didn't have the top on it. You take the little scalloped round. I'm gonna stand up because I don't know if you can see. Okay. Collar hole, please. There we go. All right. So you're going to take the little scalloped round. I tried doing this per the instructions with an unsharpened end of a pencil. That did not work because it would tear the vintage text pages. So we're going to just make sure you have one scallop. I feel like I have two. Nope, that's just one. And kind of push this little scallop onto the eraser end of a pencil. Okay, so now you're going to make it really flat on the bottom. You have to kind of hang on to it. It is a little bit fiddly. And then you put glue on it. You can do this with a glue gun, but I do not like glue guns at all. put it on your recycled ball. Kind of hang on to it for just a minute until you get that effect. All right, let's do one more. You guys got it. What I found, y'all, was I could do the top of the ball, but then you have to let it dry. And now I'm working on the bottom of the ball. That just worked for me. I don't really know why, but, you know, of course, feel free to do whatevs you want. All right. And now this goes here. I think that these would be really pretty, maybe with pink and lavender colored paper. I might try and do some spraying. Not this week because it's going to be so cold here, but maybe next week. Or, you know, the week after. Maybe in May when it decides to actually get warm. And we're going to do one more. Might have to, you know, when you start placing them side by side, you might have to kind of use your finger to sort of guide them. Guide your hydrangea petals into place. And there we go. You can see that that one tore. See, right there. But now it's stuck. So what I'll do, if you do have tearing, is I'm going to take another one and put it right beside that one right now while everything's kind of wet. And that will shore up the little place where it tore. It's a little fiddly, really time consuming, but I can't wait to see how they look when they're all done. Oh, I got two in there. Whoops. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial today. Make yourself some balls out of recycled, reclaimed stuff from around your house. Don't buy styrofoam. Don't buy plastic balls. And make yourself some pretty little hydrangea balls. Thank y'all for hanging out with me today. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.